Maxi and team and all the derivatives on that side of things. One of the reasons Maximus is so great, and like the whole Maximus product line, is that is solving a problem with the emergency in-stake. God, I keep saying emergency in-stake. Is solving a problem with the in-stake gas fees that are suspected to be very high in Ethereum, into the future, such as 15 years and stuff like that. So if you go to this website, we'll just might as well do a demo while we're here. This is something Dipcatcher built, I believe. So if you're struggling to figure out what the value prop for Maximus and other products, team and all the perpetuals and stuff like that is, you can use this in-stake. Like one of the things is if you stake, this is so that by default it's got 10 years. If you're doing a 555 stake, 5555 stake, which we love 555 stakes, right? But if you're doing one and you believe, for example, that Ethereum is going to be, I don't know, just guessing, I guess 20K or something like that on the tweet. But to end that stake in 15 years, somebody, assuming Ethereum is 20K each, which in 15 years, to do a 20x in 15 years, that seems, for Ethereum at least, not too crazy. Somebody even call it conservative. So, you can play with the different gas price stuff and the stuff like that too. But you can see 12K. Now, that's different if you have, back to my point here, there's difference in any stake that's, 10K, where you're losing money if you end the stake, which that'll happen. That'll happen though. If you're doing, if you're ending a stake, if you made stakes that are 5555 that are, for $1,000, $500, stuff like that, you don't want to be losing money on some of those stakes. So it's not a flaw. It's not a bug. It's just part of the system of, as networks grow, they become more valuable and things like that. Now with PulseChain, maybe a lot of that goes away. Hey, maybe it only makes sense to end PulseChain stakes. But in reality, we all hope, or we should hope, the PulseChain eventually, 15 years from now, 10, 15 years, first of all, exists and is thriving. That would be amazing. And second, I don't know. I mean, Ethereum couldn't exist, or might not exist. That's a little, out there, because we've already had a lot of time that Ethereum, it does exist. A lot of projects built on all that stuff. But what if one day a new network comes out, Solana V5, and they're like, yeah, just click a button, all the tokens migrate over. You don't have to do anything, devs. All the fees are cheap, like a no-brainer, just snap of the fingers. Everything's better. You never know. Ethereum could be outcompeted too. Anyways, you may just be ending stakes on PulseChain because you can afford to end them because they're, much, much less gas fees versus Ethereum. But if you make a 100K stake, for example, if it takes 12K to end it, maybe you're okay with a 10 or 12% haircut. $1 million, probably not worried about those 5555 stakes. But small 5555 stakes are going to be interesting in the future if you believe Ethereum is going to grow. And again, you can play with some of these variables. Let's see if you do like the around 10 years or so. It's less. What do you get for staking? Because the T-shares, you start maxing out your T-shares when you go when you get the 10-year, I believe. So what do you get by going 15? Well, you get all the administrative in-stake penalties. You get a T-share preservation, all that stuff too. That's why, to maximize it, you do 15-year, but would cost less gas and things like that. I mean, even if Ethereum is 10K, let's say 10K, Ethereum, 10K, that's 7K to end the stake. So not a bug in hex. It's designed that way for various reasons and game theory and all the stuff that makes it great. But this is one of the things that Maximus solves. And that's why we're super thankful to Tantal Nomini, Dipcatcher, and Goldkey for building stuff like this, because you can pull the stakes and you can get a derivative of that and hopefully you can stake that derivative and save yourself from yourself, or not, or make that part of your other pile and not part of your retirement pile. If you can hang on to it, then you don't have to pay the gas fee later on when that stake ends.